myself, I never change, yeah. Dirty so they treat me like a stain, yeah. Do whatever, get you paid, yeah.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. In today's matchup, we should have a fun one on our hands. It's the Falcons coming in at 7-3, going up against the Buccaneers, who come in at 2-8.
All right, Larry, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. A moment ago, here was the scene. The Falcons coming out from their tunnel to the roar of all the folks here in Atlanta. We're ready for football as these Falcons get set to match up with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The final playoff push is upon us. It's week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Now the first carry for Doug Martin. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
Now that's the way you want to start a drive. Talk about a tone setter as well as a playbook opener. Now if you want to take a big shot over the top, you're all positioned to do so.
Shift together here from the D-line. On 2nd down, Martin. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
Not too many more ideal situations than 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. Now a play fake here on first down. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. And now it's 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's Winston. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. And the defense could not have written a much better script than that first drive, pick 6.
The offense never got a chance to really get oiled up there, did they? But the defense, they certainly got in gear. What a big-time play and a great way for them to start.
And now the offense, they've got to turn things around and figure this out because your backs are on the ground real quickly.
Yeah, usually when you're starting the game, getting the ball, 0-0 is the only score you're worried about. Now the second time you get it, you're already down a touchdown.
A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for is that word that some people don't want to hear. What is pride?
Draft. Oh, okay. Yeah. I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
Well, you know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
Jameis to throw it. Gets it to the rookie from Penn State. It's Chris Godwin. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. This guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down.
And that's why you see so many teams play a 3-4 defense, because that set gives you a lot of flexibility about where to bring pressure from, and it's hard for an offense to pick it up. Left side, right side, up the middle, especially with some really flexible linebackers.
On 3rd down, Winston. Throw right side, taken in by Godwin. 13 yards that time and a first. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. The starting defense for the Falcons.
Deion Jones may be undersized at middle linebacker by traditional standards, but in today's game, he's exactly what you're looking for. His speed allows him to outrun many blocks, get underneath them, and make plays against ball carriers and quarterbacks. Also has the ability to drop into coverage. Had a 90-yard interception return for a touchdown in 2016. His speed has been a real key for Atlanta's renaissance on defense.
They run. Martin. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
That play almost seemed like a baseball play. See ball, hit ball. But in this case, see guy with ball, tackle guy with ball.
Winston from the gun on 3rd down. Airing this one out for Evans. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
I better raise my voice a little bit here, because one thing we can already tell, even in the first year in the league with this new stadium, it's going to get loud in this place.
Yeah, the old place was loud, but I think we're getting a sense that this place is going to be louder.
Yeah, they're riding that momentum of that 2016 team that finished their year in the Super Bowl.
A little bit of a lower trajectory there on the deep kick, and it worked.
Had to do it because he had to drive it out low because of the length of the kick. Able to do that, got it above the defense, and over the post.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Andre Roberts now to return it. And he is hit pretty hard from the side as he's knocked down. Throwing now, Ryan on 1st down. Levante David from his outside linebacker spot. He gets him down here for a loss of 4. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Offense needs something here on 2nd down. It is 2nd and long. Here's Ryan. Caught on the right side by Jones. And down he'll go at the 25. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. And the Bucs with an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. Now Ryan. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Noah Spence, he's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And a big hit there as he runs into a brick wall. That'll be a 48-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see.
Encroachment defense.
Snap count through the defense off. 5-yard penalty.
Still first down.
Following the penalty, Martin. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
And there it was right in front of us. Today's NFL, these guys nowadays, they don't just eat up space. They try and get upfield and make plays in the backfield.
They run it again with Martin. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
From the gun, Winston. And this is going to be incomplete.
And there's a good opportunity to just want to ride there. A drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
Now the 6-year man from Cal, Brian Anger, on to kick. Justin Hardy deep for Atlanta. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That run right there was an offensive line coach's dream, wasn't it? Guys picked up all of their assignments, created a nice gap for the running back to get through, pick up 7 yards. Yeah, he's probably chortling on the headset right now saying, we got it going, boys. Let's keep it going.
They're looking at a 2nd and short yardage to start things out.
Hey, let's go.
Ryan now off the bootleg. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Robert Ayers in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively. Pressure coming off that right side from the DN.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well. And that's why you rely on your left tackle, maybe your highest-paid offensive lineman, to take care of you. In this situation, that didn't happen.
So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Noah Spence in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. With it is Jackson. He's still on his feet. A good return there, 17 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Well, if you haven't gotten enough football this Thanksgiving weekend, there's still more to come. Tonight,
yes,
you're pumped up. It's two of the most storied franchises in NFL history doing battle, the Packers and Steelers from Heinz Field. Then tomorrow night, more. Wrap up your Cyber Monday with the Texans at the Ravens from Baltimore.
Man, is it time to start shopping already?
Just go online, man. I said Cyber Monday. Click, click, click. They go play action here on first down. He finds the rookie from Alabama, O.J. Howard. And he's brought down. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Play fake to Martin. Now Jameis. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
Winston with a give to Martin. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Call it a gain of 13 yards on the play. And that'll lead here to a third down.
It seemed like the situation was second and a mile to go for a first down, which screams what? Throw the football. You got to pass in order to try and pick up that kind of yardage. But in this case, they ran a tendency breaker because the tendency is for defenses to be out there and be set up for a pass. So you break tendency and actually run the football. That changes everything because if you're able to find a crease, you often have bigger guys working against smaller guys downfield. They picked up excellent yardage there to bring up a third down.
So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. He's going to need a little mustard on this one. It will be a 51-yard attempt. And Bright has it over the middle. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. Well, that was a long attempt to begin with, so the fake you might have known was somewhat of a possibility. Credit to the defense, though. They weren't fooled.
You're right, they weren't fooled, and they were in a position of having to play it both ways. Guard for the fake, but you still want to rush the kicker because it was a makeable kick. So they ended up getting the best out of the whole thing. Stuffed the fake, and they take over the ball.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That was well coached and even better executed because you saw him looking for the cutback lane, never materialized, and it had excellent pursuit to stack that play up.
Now Ryan on 2nd down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. Third down and 8 now. From the gun, it's Ryan. And that is incomplete. Here's Matt Bosher now as he's on to punt for Atlanta. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. Back near his own goal line, Winston. And Jameis is going to go down in the end zone, and that is going to be a safety. Well, I think you can go ahead and give your punter an assist on that one. Pinned him deep, and the defense comes through with 2 points.
You're exactly right, partner. This was all set up by a great punt, and if the ball goes in the end zone, this never happens. So great call. Give the punt team and the punter some love.
Now the free kick comes after the safety from the 20 as they bring the punter on to try and get some hang time here. This is taken at the 15. And now let's discuss Julio Jones. Second quarter here, he has only 1 catch, but they have the lead. You got to think, though, he's going to be more involved at some point.
That's what you would expect, but sometimes what defenses do to take away a player of his magnitude, it costs them in other areas. And right now, with them losing, they may have to change their focus, and maybe he will open up a little bit more as the game goes on.
Yeah, well, so far, just the single catch.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
Again, they'll run with Freeman. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. They got the ball to the outer third of the field, but they could not seal that edge and lost yardage.
And I love how you brought that up, because sealing the edge is often a function of the offensive tackle on the line of scrimmage, oftentimes a tight end, maybe your H-back, someone to set the edge at the line of scrimmage to give them a spot to get to. If you're not
into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off, it's J.J. Wilcox. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds.
Well, so much for him being bottled up throughout the day. Finally finds a way to break through and get a really nice gain. The defense have felt great about what they had going. Now they've got to turn their attention to getting it back in that direction. Can they bottle him up again? Because I'd say after that run, confidence is pretty high for him. A pretty rocky start in this game for the guy throwing the ball. Already has thrown 1 interception. Almost threw a second one right there. All he's doing right now is giving the defense a whole lot of confidence.
So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store. Winston gives to Martin on the draw. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Two minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. Coming up at halftime, remember, we'll get you out to Larry Ridley in Orlando for highlights and analysis of this first half. That is, of course, unless you decide to skip him.
And for the record, we do not encourage that.
Looking middle, and it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Doug Martin, and that'll bring up second down. Second down here after the incomplete pass. Working out of the gun. Winston. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Martin. And he's brought down, but not before reaching the 8-yard line. A good pickup there at 22. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on, catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
They'll run for it with Martin. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
False start, offense.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and goal. Winston. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Mike Evans, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bucs are just an extra point away from grabbing the lead now.
After nearly 30 minutes of football, that touchdown puts us in a position where if they make the extra point, we're right back to even before we start the second half.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Matt Ryan and the offense heading back onto the field. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown 1 interception. He wants to balance that off with at least 1 touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Noah Spence in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. On 2nd down, Ryan. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jude I.J. Barima. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. So a pick 6 there out of the nickel package. They went with 5 DBs.
Almost becoming the base package in the NFL is the nickel. Hard to throw against. That was demonstrated one more time. A pick 6 going the other way.
And he's able to put it through. Time for our first check of the NFL scoreboard. The Jets out to the early lead. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Buccaneers out on top. As we send you down to our EA Sports Studios in Orlando. Where... Sorry, Larry, your hard work. Appreciated by so many men and women, but not today as we get back to the action in the second half. This is taken at his 4. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there, just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. On second down, here's Griffin. And his throw is incomplete. Austin Hooper, the tight end, was the intended target. And it's third down.
So many qualities coaches tick off when they talk about, hey, what is it going to take to make an excellent quarterback? Accuracy has to rank near the top of every list.
Talk about arm strength, that's great. Mobility, great. But you need that accuracy in there. That one well in front of his man.
Yeah, now they got to face a big third down.
And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Here's Matt Bosher now. He's been terrific so far. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Hey, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. On 1st and 10, Winston. And that's going to be incomplete. They'll run it now out of the gun. And good yardage as he gets this one up to about the 23. Second down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now.
Well, this play sequence was really kind of called in reverse. Incomplete pass on 1st and 10. Nice run on 2nd and 10 when probably everyone was expecting him to throw the football. Now, if you're the defense, what are you going to do on 3rd down? You're a little off balance.
And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
So it'll be first down here after the run. And some extras coming up on the line here, readying for the blitz. First out, here's the run with Martin. Not much there, maybe a couple up to the 35.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Winston gives to the tailback, Martin. A broken tackle, but couldn't create much space. Down just beyond the 35. Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
To throw is Winston. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
To throw, Winston. He's got the hook up here to Deshaun Jackson. And he's brought down. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter. Now a play fake to Martin. Here's Winston. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Dontari Poe forcing his way through there to drop him for a loss of a good 10 yards. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
Tote for the workhorse, Martin. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Now Jameis on 2nd down. Throw right side, caught by O.J. Howard. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Jameis now on 1st down. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal. And now for the offense, this is play number 11 here on this drive. Throwing, Winston. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. O.J. Howard with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try to figure out what is working, and call more of that.
And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
This is caught inside the 15. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 56 yards. They've been struggling in the passing game. Do you like the aggressiveness there? I mean, it worked on that play, but do you like it?
I do, because a lot of the time you're struggling because your passing lanes are clogged. That usually happens when you're throwing the ball.
Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Falcons. They'll have the football, but trailing on the scoreboard as we get set to begin the fourth. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Now Griffin on 2nd down. And he fires one incomplete.
So many offenses want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
On 3rd down, Griffin. This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Julio Jones, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Falcons get a bit closer. On this play, he just made a great route. The quarterback had to deliver it, sure, but a great route run there.
And, Brandon, this is what the best receivers do. They work on their route running because it's one thing to have athletic ability, but to really get open, you have to set up defensive backs with different routes and be precise in your cuts.
They'll try and run with Freeman. And he'll get in as they're back within his score now. The lead's down to 7. And that almost makes it a brand-new ballgame. Now it's a 1-score affair after they get the 2.
And you have to know they were holding their breath on the 2-point play because they had to have it to get it within the range that you just talked about. Dialed up their 2-point play. It worked. Now they're feeling like they've got a shot at this one.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
A 1st down throw for Winston. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. And 15 yards there on the catch and run.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, 4th quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
The effort's always going to be there. Everyone's always going to try and make a catch, but underthrown balls, I think, are the toughest ones to come back and get because usually your momentum's going in the opposite direction when you're trying to stop, break, and come back and get it.
4. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
The Bucs on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This will be 3rd and 5. To the air again with Winston. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead, you've got to protect it, and he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, 4th quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. And here now come the Falcons. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless. He's got a man, complete. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Griffin. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll get it down here to the 43. Call it a gain of 3, and that'll make it 2nd down. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. On 2nd down, Griffin connects with Sanu right side. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. Throwing now, Griffin on 1st down. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. It's a gain of 5, and it'll make it 2nd down. 2nd down, and the offense needing 5 yards. Throwing again, Griffin. They'll set up the screen for Freeman. Freeman a 1st down and more. And he carries this one all the way down to the 9. And a nice gain of 21 yards. It's been all passing all the time on this drive. 5 for 5, and now 1st and goal.
Feels like a case of, until they stop us, we might as well keep running the offense that we like to run. Don't change up and do something different just because you think you need to.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. Play action. Now Griffin steps away to his left. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. On 3rd and goal, here's Griffin. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Julio Jones with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying the football game. So a tiptoe catch back in the end zone, so tough to do, but he made it look pretty easy.
Certainly did, and the back of the end zone is treated the same way as the sideline. You have to get your feet down in bounds for it to count as a catch. How about the backgrounds of some of these guys, though? Did they work on it?
After review of the play.
And now a critical extra point attempt here. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. This is fielded at the goal line. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect them.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Grady Jarrett with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Second down, Winston. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is third and long. From the gun, Winston. He's got Evans. And a big collision there as he winds up flat on his back at the 49. A gain of 19 and picking up the first. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and 10 as they search for a go-ahead score. Winston now to throw on first down. Evans has it left side. That one goes for 24 yards. And 2 big plays, one after the other. Now all of a sudden, they're on the march.
Got to feel good about what they've just gotten done, and now feel really good about what's in front of them.
So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. They give to Martin. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And they're definitely showing blitz here. Again, it's Martin. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. And the Falcons going to use another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. The Bucs on 3rd down. 5 out of 9 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll run it. Here's Martin. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave them with some options here on 4th and inches. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This for the lead in the final stages. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Now then, it's a big kick right there to give them the lead in the fourth. But, Charles, there is still time left for a final drive.
Brandon, you know they would have liked to take the clock down just a little bit further, at least under a minute or so. But this one's not over yet, especially since they just need a field goal.
Getting set to go again on offense, we get a peek at Julio Jones now. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Buying time to his swim. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Noah Spence in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And that one results in 35 yards. And with just over 40 seconds now remaining, he gets up and spikes it. They'll look to throw. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. And he did exactly what they needed him to do, Charles. Got out of bounds. They have no timeouts.
And they knew that before the play even began. Still executed it. How many times have we seen it happen where you know it, yet a guy still looking for a timeout or trying to stay in bounds? He got it done.
He'll look to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Jones. And he'll go down at the 28. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Very much in range for a tying field goal as they hurry to the line. Back to throw. Flush to his right. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. This defense has watched their lead dwindle away. This is where they really need to bow up. They executed well there.
And it's often hard after you've played really well early and then you kind of relax a little bit to step on the gas again. They just did it on the last play. Looks like they want to finish this one off.
And this one is right down the middle. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds. And now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And off comes to Martin. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end. And we have free football overtime. Here we go, my friend.
And the way this game played out, this is exactly how it should end, going to overtime, because neither one got an advantage today.
It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back onto the field. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
And it's been loud in here so far. He was trying to find Deshaun Jackson that time, and that'll bring up second down. Well, in tapping those toes, he tried to get both in bounds. He could not do it, though.
In tap dance parlance, could not complete the shuffle. All right, needed to get that shuffle down with both feet, not just one.
Is that what they say?
There it is. You know, put a little sand down on the stage.
I'll take your word for it, my man. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Really good, skillful, tough running throughout this contest. Picked up first down after first down. He's got to have a nickname, doesn't he? How about the human first down machine? I think that fits.
They run again on first down. Martin. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Now a second down throw for Winston. He stiff arms him. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already, and they're the holding call.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him get hit anymore.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down. He's had some big runs in this game. Not there, though.
But I don't think they're going to be deterred by that play right there. He's had some nice runs in the game. And how many times have we seen a good running back get stopped, yet turn it into something big on a later carry? I'd stay with him.
Third and long for Winston. And this is caught, but I don't think he stayed in bounds. No, he didn't. It's incomplete. The throw took him past the boundary, and it's fourth. Well, their defense did its job. Now they're going to get the football with a chance to win it.
And it feels like they ran out on the field, and right before they did, they told the offense, don't worry about this. We got you. Okay, we got the situation under control. We'll get it back for you for a chance to win the game. And, boy, they did it well.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
Here's Brian Anger now. On for a very important punt here in overtime. This will be fielded at the 17. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to him, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Part 1 is done. Now part 2. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Play clock winding down. Now Griffin. He's going to air one out. And that's caught inside the 30. They give him a gain of 38. Well, in overtime, I think coaches always wondering, where's that magic line for my kicker? They're already in field goal range after that big play.
I'm glad you brought that up because that magic line can change throughout the game. It's constantly being updated by teams. It starts with pregame. Okay, how do you feel? As the game goes on, they might ask him again, still feel that same number? Is it a different number? Right hash, left hash, what do you need? And that goes into the play calling at OT. When the 4-3 defense is functioning really well, you know who stays what we call clean and no one gets to him? The guy playing the middle linebacker position, the guy we call Mike. That means the defensive front is eating up all the blocks and just let him go to the football and make a play.
And now a 10th carry for Freeman. And he is out of bounds, but not before taking this inside the 10 to the 7. That good for 19 and a first down.
Well, think of it like you would a typical boxing match. The person is on his heels and absorbing blows is having a tough time. And that's what's happening to the defense right now because the offense is on his toes and punching. And there was another first down run right there.
And the defense is going to let him think about it a little as they use their second timeout here. The pigskin on the 7-yard line now. It's first and goal. Now a handoff. It's Freeman. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 2 minutes to go here in overtime. We'll be back after this. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They come out here in the eye. They'll look to run with Freeman. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. All right, well, they didn't kick it on second down, now third and goal. You have to kick it here.
Absolutely have to kick it because if you get a bad snap, you fall on it, you got a chance to kick it again on fourth down. Let's say it gets blocked and it's behind the line of scrimmage. You fall on it. You get another chance at it. Give yourself that option. Give yourself that opening.
And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It'll be their second and final timeout, remember, here in overtime. We'll be back. The offense on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. They're looking at a third and goal here. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming from the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. And it bangs off the right upright, no good. And that changes everything here in OT. So possible disaster there. It's an empty possession, and there's no worse time to have an empty possession than the first drive of overtime.
Yeah, and remember the situation now, Brandon. It's sudden death from here on out. You can bet he's begging for a chance to redeem himself. But the question now is, will that chance ever come?
On first and 10, Winston. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Dontari Poe in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Back near his own goal line, Winston. Throw left side complete. That's Evans. And he's taken down, but able to get this up to the 20-yard line. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say, it's not the X's and the O's.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. The rookie from UCLA, Tech McKinley. And it'll make this a 2nd and long.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Here's Martin. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This is 3rd and 16. From the shotgun, it's Winston. Open man has got one. It's complete. And he'll be taken down just shy of the 40. So into overtime and all the way to the end of overtime, they have a chance to win it. Couldn't convert on the field goal, and we end in the very rare tie.
Don't see it very often. We did discuss it as we began overtime that because it's a regular season game, we're going to play that last quarter. And if no one scores or however, if it finishes in a tie, that's it. But boy, how bad do you feel for him? The opportunity to win it with a field goal at the end, and it doesn't go through the pipes.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. So long, everybody.